Hello and welcome to Cucina Stellata Starred Cuisine. Now, in this game, it is a unsettling horror narrative experience set in 19th century Romagna, Italy. And the game itself, it does say it's not your typical horror game. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what it's like. A narrative experience. I like story-driven games quite a lot. So, yeah, interesting concept for a game to see what it's going to be like. And if you want to start cuisine, link, as always, will be in the description below. I really hope you enjoy, and as always, thank you in advance for watching. But, let's get into it. So, 19th century, somewhere in the countryside of Romagna, Italy. Oh, okay. Hmm. Great harm comes to those who let themselves be conquered by wine. Little by little, they grow nauseated by food and find nourishment almost entirely in drink. Thus, they degrade themselves in the eyes of the world, becoming ridiculous, dangerous, and beastly. Right. Okay. Pretty simple enough. Add the oil to the pan. Um, is that the oil? I assume so. Chop the onion, carrot, and celery and add them to the pan. Okay. So we're just cooking at the minute. So when it said starry cuisine, does that mean we picked up a... We literally picked up a star and we're eating it? Chop the meat and add it to the pan. Then again, maybe not if there's meat, or maybe there's going to be some kind of stardust or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's put that into the pan. Pour the red wine into the pan. 1 second. Let's just turn the volume down a little bit. That red wine. Grab the tomato sauce from the shelf and add to the pan. The shelf. This looks like tomato sauce. And add to the pan. Okay. Place the tortellini in the pot. Tortellini in this? Yeah, maybe. And put that into the pot. Write in a notebook. Alright. There. They say that curiosity is a dangerous trap, leading man into abyss from which he can never return. It is the same hypothetical world which claims not to care about food, but makes no civil or religious celebration without eventually spreading the tablecloth and trying to eat as hearty as possible. Therefore, I say, always choose for your raw materials the finest goods, for these will make an impression. And if this precious fruit of who knows where origin is as rare as I believe, it must cost as much or even more than truffles. Be cautious, but caution must be exercised, with hope of fervour, for hidden prayers already hold future sorrow. I am repulsed by witnessing, as they say, the destruction of God's grace, yet indulgence and appetite are too great. Right. So, put that in the pan. eat. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So the food's otherworldly, I guess. Some kind of euphoric, even. Meals like these feel make me feel like a neophyte in the kitchen and in the art of tasting. Not only the quality, but the sheer delight leaves me astonished and my dreams fulfilled. Its sauce blends with so many dishes, keeping such excellent company that it's worth the effort to satisfy every curiosity and rekindle the fire of the stoves. To get back to work and plunge like a deep sea diver in search of the goodness and beauty I adore. I often say that one should only return to food when the stomach persistently cries out for help. Yet, I inherited almost unbridled erotic instincts from nature, at times nearly ruining my health and everything else. Moreover, if man neither craved food nor experienced sexual stimulation, the human race would soon perish. So here I am again. Casseroles, pots and lids. Open your legs. Aromas of the undergrowth. Saute braids of garlic, for I have returned amongst you. Okay. This all seems too very poetic for me. I don't understand it. Grab the onion, carrot and celery from the shelf and add them to the pot. Okay. Going straight back into cooking again then. So add them to the pot. Oh, okay. To the pot. Add them all to the pan. Okay, now we're grabbing more of these. Wait, can I do anything around here? Can't do anything with those. Alright. Grabbing even more vegetables. These ones we're chopping up. Okay. Go to the cellar, grab the cleaver, and cut the meat. Right. Is that here? What's that noise? What am I going to see here? Oh. So I guess this is the shooting star, which, Cut the meat. Oh, we're still going. Return to the kitchen and close the door. I'm so sorry. So it wasn't a star, but I guess what they had the assumption was a shooting star is actually an alien. So we just decided to eat an alien. Place the meat on the cutting board and dust it with flour. Okay. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. Add the meat to the pan. Pour the broth from the pot to the pan. Pour tomato sauce into the pan. That was what was on here, isn't it? Okay. Doesn't that say a lot about the human race? The fact of something like just crash lands to the earth and this person decides to eat it. Anyway, right in the notebook. I quiver in anticipation and can barely restrain my restless, twitching finger that ceaselessly torments my beard, as if trying to spread the remnants of a flavour that once passed through it. It is neither sweet nor bitter, nor sour nor salty. Perhaps it isn't even a flavour. Not really. It's a sensation, an enhancement, enchanting shiver that sneaks into the mouth and throat. Something slimy and indefiable that leaves behind a brutal echo. An aftertaste that never fades. There is no way to describe it, for no words exist to define it. Alright. Plate dish. And we'll eat. Maybe that's why we're going somewhere that looks otherworldly, because we are literally eating something otherworldly. Maybe. I don't know. Weird. Very pretty though. Like if I experienced this when eating it, I would struggle to not stop eating it as well. It is certainly a flavour, but not one that human taste has ever experienced before, nor could it ever hope to savour. A shadow that does not exist on the world's taste buds, and that seems to feed. Alternatively, and contrary, on something within me. Even every other ingredient appears diseased, contaminated by its proximity, producing twisted fruits with a taste so warped that no one would dare try them, except for those who, unbound by the dogmas and chains imposed by traditional cuisine, claim for themselves a flavour that is not of this world. It's like a painter's discovery of a new colour or chilling nuance, one that seems as though it had always been available, ignored in a remote corner of our darkened diaries. Unaccustomed to surprise and unprepared for shock. It's horrible reading these kind of things when I can't read for shit. I'm trying my best, but yeah, this is very, like I said, very poetic. And anyway, add it all to the pan. Chop an onion and add to the pan. All right, so we just have chopping an onion this time. Adding it to the pan, yeah. Okay. Go to the cellar, grab the cleaver, and cut the meat. I'm sorry that I'm the one that found you. Where are we cutting? Oh god. I know it sounds horrible, but he had more arms to... He had another arm and a leg. We didn't have to do that. Anyway, cut the meat and add to the pan. Go to the cellar, grab the white wine and pour it into the pan. Alright, going into the cellar again. It's very quiet, yeah. We got a little too overexcited to try some other food. Alright, white wine there. We don't seem to care too much. And we do have to worry that it's not very often that this is going to happen again, and we are kind of going through this food fairly quickly. Once it was said that pottage was man's fodder, but this one seems more like the fare of angels and devils, ogres and Mazapagal, Maglassi and Macaulay, spirits and essence of myth. I feel my stomach gnashing its teeth, eagerly preparing for a beastly feast. I listen to the ancestral call of hunger and distinguish every word it utters. Near the palate, near the colon, near even the bite itself. With its acidic tides and still the shrieking taste buds singing their clear, piercing notes. As the pleasure unfolds, alas, a vortex rises from the depths of my innards, a force so impetuous as spasmodic outburst that fills me with understanding and compassion for all those wild, primitive beasts, ruled by passion and the violence of flesh. I mean, could you not just say it looks like it's going to be really delicious? Make it a little easier for me. Oh, chop the meat. Okay. Grab the bread from the shelf and slice it. Spread the meat on the bread. Okay. It's like a liver pate or something. Plate the dish. And we dig into this. My word. Certain laws lie hidden within the nature of taste, such that I could have never imagined. I feel every fibre of my body twisting and writhing, seized by a new sensation with every bite. For this flesh does not belong to the earth, nor does its flavour conform to the human order. After a single, meagre taste, such is its power that all other foods lose its usual virtues. Wine turns to water, bread crumbles into ash, and even the air seems laden with an imperceptible scent. Nothing washes away this shadow upon my tongue, as if my very body were learning a new way to perceive the world, a way both wrong and forbidden. And yet, what is most terrifying is the heart of the damp night, with my throat parched and my stomach emptying so swiftly, is that something inside me still longs for that flavour. Right, okay. So is it literally that we've just eaten, go to the cellar, grab the cleaver, and cut the meat? Are we literally just finishing food and going straight for more? Oh. I think now's a good time to walk away from this. It seems like the body's not suited to the earth. It's just decomposing much quicker or something, I guess. What do we... Oh. Right. I mean, that was the one bit that wasn't steaming, I guess. Whatever you want to call it. Oh, okay. We're going to use that as a bowl. Put the meat in the pot. Okay. It seems like it takes more steps to get out of the cellar than it does go in it. Right. So into the pot. Right in the notebook. Okay. That's a quick dish that we're serving. What misfortune? What ill-fated news? Oh, wretched swamp. Oh, foul quagmire. Oh, unholy land that has sheltered me since I was a child. Have you no pity of your own child? You let no food stay wholesome for long, and this one, amongst all, so sweet and precious. You can barely stand abundance, a curse upon you. Right, so we are making a note of... Oh, goes to start grab an egg and place it into a bowl. Okay. So we are making a note of saying how the food is going to... or the meat is going to perish now. So I guess we're going to try and... Wait. Yeah. I guess we are going to try and eat as much as we can, as quickly as we can, I guess. Why am I even shutting the door? He's not telling me to shut it anymore. Add flour into the bowl. Add the oil to the bowl. Alright. Cut the meat. So I mean that's just boiled meat. Just meat with flour. Cut the meat with the batter. And we're going to put that in the pan. Add oil to the pan, yeah. Oil first, and then the meat. Yep. I know how to cook. Right in the notebook. Right in the notebook again. I cannot but entrust myself to fate. May this change in appearance of these vapours, despite the stench, enhance the flavour as they do for grappas, seasoned cheese, and cured meats. For I well know that spoiled foods, at times, hold unexpected effects. Right. So we're hoping it's going to improve upon time. The thing is, you could take it as, like, cured meats and stuff, but you can't just leave it there out in the open, can you? Anyway, plate a dish. And see what this is like. Okay, so it hasn't decomposed enough for this to be a problem. We're still really enjoying the meat. This time, it tastes like a walk through the height of summer. A murky, tangled path through a flowering garden, where the way was painted in colour and breathing fragrance like a dream. In that vast and luminous expanse, it seemed as if the entire course of my life flowed before me. Oh, this actually sounds better then. The path opened beneath an arch of densive ivy that I made my way down a gorge through patches of light and shadow, stepping where the branches parted into pools of golden mucosa, and beneath the trees on my left, indistinct blankets of very fragile promises stretched out like a carpet. The air seemed to lay soft kisses upon my skin. From the deep belly of the woods came a cooing of wild doves, mingled with the warm gastric gurgling of a welcoming brook. The ground there was so overlain with primroses that avoiding them was impossible, lost as they were in that digestive churn. The sweetness of the air and the green of the fronds, dripping with enzymatic liquors, almost filled me with reverence. At last, I emerged from that garden through the orifice of hedges and brambles, sweaty and dishevelled, like a man freshly torn from his mother's womb. From what I understand of that, that all sounds good. It sounds like I enjoyed it. Anyway, we're going to get some more meat. Oh. Right in the notebook. It did just disintegrate. I guess it went back up to the stars. So we literally have nothing left to go with. Alright. In the end, it has left me alone. Yet a new energy surges within me, flowing from top to bottom, carried like a bolus deep into my most hidden bowels. I myself, it seems, am changed. It is the simplest explanation, and yet the wretchedest one. Thus, Why shouldn't I have become part of this splendid essence? A link in the metabolic chain that always finds its final rest in the vilest of excretions. Okay. Use the bucket in the cellar. I don't like where this is going after what was just written in the book, or in the notebook. Chop the feces. What has this game become? Oh god. Right. Oh. Slice the bread. This is horrible. I'm not even saying the words that he wants me to say. Oh god. Alright. I mean, this can't do the same thing, can it? Oh, it actually is. Not really. Everything's a little distorted, even the music's kind of distorted as well. What a catastrophe, yeah, okay. What a catastrophe. A sharp biting taste. Filthy as a gutted rag. A faded memory of its once pristine purity. Perhaps too diluted. The spirit of tastiness and delight is scattered along the way. Perhaps its graces and virtues have surrendered to the stomach. From there to the flesh entirely. Nothing remains for me now but to surrender to one last attempt. Oh, okay, I think I see where this is going. Yeah. Oh. What's happening outside? Go to the cellar, grab the cleaver, cook the meat, yeah. So if it didn't pass through us, it must still be in us, is what we're implying to ourselves, I guess. We've been chopping off an arm. Add the meat to the pan. I don't know if that's enough for an arm, but we probably pulled a big chunk of ourselves out. Meat to the pan. Right, notebook. I notice, with a certain astonishment, a twitch in my lashes and tears that blur my vision. And yet, by some cruel contradiction, my eyes burn like flames on dry stubble, scorched by their own dryness, like earth cracked by drought, the very drought of the soul which is already drained every last tear before it can fall. And thus, it happens that, like who gazes too far upon the high sun, finding no heaven in the shadow of night, I feel myself consumed by fire, without a single tear to quench the blaze. Alright, am I regretting this? And I'm not even doing anything else. I'm that desperate for this, I'm just eating the meat. Yeah, I don't understand what that one meant. Am I regretting my decision for doing this? Or even starting it, but I can't help myself? That's a little different. I'm still getting some of the feeling to it, but it's kind of like I know it's wrong. It's still wavy and still... I feel my vigour leaving me, yet I still breathe in the glory of the tasting. Little time remains, and I must make the most of it, so that my final work may take shape. God, spirit, or devil, whoever you are, grant me one last faithful taste. Grant me but a thread of oil over this tepid pottage of my very life. Go to cellar, grab a cleaver, and cut the meat. What the hell? There's something down there. I thought I saw something down here. I don't know. Oh! There's definitely something. What am I seeing? Am I seeing that? Oh, it's the alien. Getting closer and closer. Okay. What's happening? Okay. Wait, part of my house is actually gone. Or is that because the aliens took me away because I took one of them? Is that what that's implying? I don't know. Anyway, that was Cucina Stellata Starred Cuisine. I believe I'm saying that right. I don't know. Yeah, interesting little experience. I really liked it though. I thought it was very fun. The idea of it, the concept of it all, very interesting, very unique, something very different. Yeah, I found it a lot of fun. Really thought it was interesting. Yeah, really good. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did and aren't subscribed yet, please do so. It means the world to me and it really does help out a lot. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.